American film as far as I'm concerned. First of all, it's a quarry for filmmakers in that it contains the very best of cinematography, editing, lighting, performance, screenwriting. The story itself is somewhat complex, but it's simple. It's based on the old biblical idea, what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world if he loses his own soul? No film illustrates that better. It's the reason that I became a filmmaker. The first day that I saw Citizen Kane, someone suggested I see it. This is about 40 some odd years ago. I went to see it, and I stayed in the theater all day. I saw 8 performances in a row. It's the only lesson I've ever had in filmmaking. More importantly, it has influenced so many other young people to become filmmakers, because you can see how the power of the filmmaking process can set to work to make a very original creation that could not be done on the stage, in a novel, in a painting, in a photograph, in any other medium. Citizen Kane comes from the intelligence, basically, of one young man who was so gifted, Orson Welles, so gifted and so fortunate in his collaborators, specifically Herman J. Mankiewicz, who co-wrote the screenplay, and Greg Toland, who photographed it. And Welles was so conscious of the contribution of his cameraman that he put his director's credit on the same card as Greg Toland. Greg Toland was a great cinematographer who had never had the opportunity to explore the medium before this 25-year-old first-time director, Orson Welles, came along with this idea of a giant newspaper magnate who goes from a poor boarding house that his mother ran somewhere in Colorado, all through an upper-class education, comes out a kind of a spoiled brat, and winds up a dedicated journalist, a fighter for the rights of the little man. He tries to turn that into a political career, and he becomes corrupted by his own success. And he dies at the end, a lost and lonely man. The ending is depressing. Kane is dead. Nobody in the film knows what his last word, Rosebud, means, but the audience finds out at the end. The one thing he remembers, his dying words, reflect his boyhood sled upon which the legend Rosebud was written. And why the sled? Because it represented his happiest time as a little boy growing up with his mother. Very poor. He doesn't remember moments when he's celebrated by the whole world, or sitting on top of the world, or being successful, acquiring all these newspapers. He remembers a moment of pure happiness at his mother's knee, the last time he saw his mother. My God, to reduce the entire story of America at that time to one word that resonates with everybody, it's absolute genius. I know that for, God knows, about 60 years, international film critics have hailed it as the greatest film ever made, or one of them, for the same reason that we still listen to Mozart, we still listen to Beethoven, we still go to see the paintings of Vermeer whenever they're on exhibition. Why? Because in a changing world, some things just get mellower and better, like good wine. Citizen Kane is like a great wine. It just gets mellower and...
Hello guys, once again welcome back to my YouTube channel. The world is devastated for the passing of beloved William Friedkin, the director of Exhaust, passed away at the age of 87. The famed filmmaker who directed the Exhaust has died. The news was confirmed on Monday by his wife Cheryl Lansing, who said that he passed away in Los Angeles, but the exact details of his death have yet to be revealed. But according to my information and my intel, it is believed and said he passed away due to natural causes. It's a big hit to the film community, and it's a big loss as Friedkin was an influential force behind some of the 20th century most iconic movies, and while he might be the best and remembered for his work on the 1973 horror flick, which by all accounts changed the genre forever, W.F. had several other notable credits to his name, including the Oscar-winning French Connection, which he also directed. Other films he helmed included The Brink's Job, Socaria, Cruising, To Live and Die in L.A., Rampage, Deal of the Century, and The Guardian, Blue Chips, 12 Angry Men, Rules of Engagement, The Hunted Killer, and Joy. He also directed a handful of episodes for memorable TV shows like Tales from the Crypt, The Twilight Zone, Rebel Highway, The Alfred Hitchcock, and more. Friedkin was a diverse director, dabbling in all types of flicks from horror to drama and even comedy. While some of his work is more well known for others, he was respected. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.